Welcome to part 4. This has been a much longer thing than I expected. I thought this was going to be one video that I'd put out on Monday that would last all week, and it's just been a lot. It's been a lot bigger of a project than I thought it was going to be. But as promised, I changed shirts again. However, it is a different day anyway, so a good thing that I changed shirts. This video, it's going to be shorter than the other ones, hopefully. Hopefully, like, I'm not speaking too soon for the 5th or 6th time this week. All of this video is going to be is I have 2 things for you. One of them is just a few tips if you're using the Microsoft Movie Maker. If you have Windows 10 or beyond, they've changed it to Windows Video Editor. So those are the 2 things that you're going to be looking for. Stick around for some tips with those. I wanted to mention too that all of this, I mentioned it in one of the edits. I don't know if you saw it because it was on the screen for like 5 seconds. But all of this can be done on an iPhone because it has iMovie. And that has, in my experience of the last 4 days of doing all this, it's been the best option. So if you've got an iPhone and you're recording onto there, it can all be done on your iPhone. Awesome. Just do that. The second part of this video is just going to be a bunch of play-along tracks that you can listen to in headphones while you play and record yourself. I'm going to record a few things on the piano and the trumpet. My wife is going to record a few things on violin, and this video will just be a good spot to come to listen to those tracks to play along with. So you'll already have the metronome and melody laid down. If you want to play the B part to any of these songs that are split between an A part and a B part, we're playing the A part here. You can play the B part. You can also just play along with us on the A part. Cool? So that's the goal of this video. We're going to talk about Windows video editing. We're going to have those videos for you to play along with. And at the very end, I'm going to finally announce what the prize for people doing this project, this whole big thing, what your Oregon Trail prize is. It's going to be a good one. There's actually a couple different prizes for different levels of participation here. So be sure to check that out at the very end. So let's jump into some Windows video editing stuff. Okay, so this is not Windows Movie Maker, but I don't really have another option because since I found out that Windows Movie Maker has been discontinued basically, and it's only available on older machines, and I don't have an older machine, then we're gonna have to kind of walk through it this way. So I watched some videos, and I'll link some good tutorial videos I found online that show how to do these things. But I'm gonna show you in iMovie on my screen, and then I'll kind of point out where things are gonna be if you were looking at Windows Movie Maker. Cool? So it starts up by you select your project, and in iMovie we have this ribbon down here. The big main difference with Windows Movie Maker is that some things are moved around. The ribbon, instead of being all the way across the bottom and it goes left to right, it's in a section over here on the top right corner. And it's several lines like a book. So if it's an extra long video, it might be 4 or 5 long line 4 or 5 lines long, and they'll be down there. You read it like a book, right to left, and then down the page. That's kind of the main, what it looks different. The second thing is that it's much more Windows-like in that it has a toolbar across the top. And if you want to get into your editing tools, the different kinds of things that I've shown you here, you need to make sure that the toolbar across the top says that you're in the edit spot. Cool? That's where things like putting the text down here would be. You would go into the edit toolbar at the top, and then in that toolbar there's going to be a text tool, and you can select that and you can put text in that kind of. That's where the snip tool and stuff is too, which is one cool good thing. The snip function is still called, not snip, split, different S word. The split function is still called split. So whenever you have two parts, you have the first part over here and you have the second part. If you want to split them, you still tap and put that cursor where you want the split to be, and then you select the split option, and that will still split it up into two. Instead of splitting to create a section like we did, so maybe I want to do, say I didn't want that section of video right there, and I would do the split and highlight that middle section to then delete or do something with. If I wanted to just highlight something like that in Movie Maker, you can still split it, but you could also go to what's called a set start point and set end point. So in your tools across the top, you'll see start set point, or set start point, set end point, and you can select those tools to make those kind of splits for you. The best thing, if I were to the best thing I have to say about Movie Maker instead of iMovie, if I were to give Bill Gates some props here, is the right-click functions. You can right-click, highlight, and when you right-click, it'll bring up those extra menu options. That's something that's Windows has always had over Mac, is their right-click thing. So you can right-click, copy, right-click, cut, right-click, paste, and move things around that way. Really, those are the main differences as far as actual editing. So going in there and cleaning up the clips. If you filmed yourself and you wanted to clean up that clip, it's pretty much the same thing. You would just decide, here's your cursor. If you want everything over there to be deleted, you just make sure that part's deleted in your ribbon that will be up here. Click the delete button and it's gone. Saving and exporting is going to work similar. That's pretty much the main thing. So let's jump into then picture-in-picture, because that's how we did this 4-screen thing, right? I've watched like 9 videos in the last few hours about doing picture-in-picture on iMovie. And none of these videos, I couldn't find anything that taught us how to do it. So I was like, and this was just in YouTube. When I'm researching stuff, I go to YouTube first. I don't know. That's where everything leads me to anyway. But so I gave up on YouTube and I reached out on Google, and I thought, well, let's just Google it. Maybe there's not a video explaining this, but maybe I can use that like reading comprehension stuff we learn about in school to read an article or something about it and see if I can figure it out. And here's what I found. It's in the Microsoft community, so Bill Gates land here. Picture-in-picture, video in Windows Movie Maker for Win 8. So this is old stuff. This is a couple years ago now. This was posted on April 11th, 2013. So this is not updated information. But I thought, hey, maybe if somebody's got the old one, it'll still work for them, right? Alright, so it says, as far as I could see, the picture-in-picture is not an option on Windows Movie Maker or Windows 8. Is there any add-on freeware that you recommend for this feature? And okay, maybe one person couldn't figure out how to do it, and they were asking on there, right? But then you scroll down, and you see that there's 50 people that have the same question. So this is not good. I don't have good high hopes right now. Let's keep looking. Bill didn't come through for us today with Windows Movie Maker 8. We'll see if it's better later on. Alright, I found something, an update on Windows Movie Maker. I googled something about it, and Google tells me Windows Movie Maker can be used to create a picture-in-picture effect video, although it doesn't natively support this. There are plugins that can be used in conjunction with Movie Maker to get the desired result. So what that means is if you are more computer savvy than I am, you can download and install these things called plugins, which I don't know. I don't know that stuff. Talk to your parents about plugins. Your parents might know more about computers than I am. Your parents might already know how to do this and just be like, cool, yeah, not a big deal. They might be like, plugins, I don't know, sounds like something that there's a virus in. And they might say you don't get to do it. I don't know. It's Bill's fault. Hey, what's up? I'm here with a PC. This is the Windows computer now. The new one, this is Windows 10. It doesn't have Movie Maker on it anymore. It now has what's called Video Editor. I guess that's cool. It makes it easy to look for. So we're going to go down here to the search, and we're going to type in Video Editor. It comes up right there. It's got a picture of little mountains or something on it. Click it, and it opens up. We're gonna start a new video project.
And it has nothing here. We're gonna name it Test Video. Now, to add videos here, you click this little Add, Project Library. Anything that you want to go into your video at some point, you need to add to the project library. So we're gonna click Add. I saved 2 videos completely random from my phone. I sent them over to this computer, and they're on my desktop. So I'm gonna add it from the PC. Here's video number 1. This is the main video I wanna use. We're gonna put video 2 as a picture-in-picture on it. Hit Open. It's going to add files.
And this is why I'm a fan of Apple. I did absolutely nothing wrong, but the computer's not going to work anyway. It says choose some other files, something went wrong, and we couldn't add some file. Alright, so real talk. I can't stand that kind of stuff. It happens to me every time I use a PC or a Windows machine. I can't explain it. It just never works for me. I'm 99% sure that it's gonna work for you because it's only me that this stuff doesn't ever work for. So check out that Windows Video Editor. I'm still doing some tutorial research on how it works. Windows Movie Maker, I think if you have an older PC that doesn't have Windows 10 on it yet, maybe that's the problem. Maybe Windows 10 is just awful. You ever think about that, Bill Gates? Windows used to have this operating system called Windows XP. That was back in like 2003, and everything worked perfect. It was the best. What's up, Bill Gates? All right, Bill Gates, I've calmed down and I'm ready to give you another try. We're gonna search for video editor. And it opens. No problem so far. New video project. There it is. We're gonna add just like, oh, cool. Whatever. We're gonna add from this PC. If video 1 was apparently some kind of problem, let's see what happens if we add video 2. Choose some other files, something went wrong. You didn't even try this time, Bill Gates. Alright, Bill, I'm back with another update on your software. I'm not a fan, Bill. You even had your chance to fix this, Bill. I'm reading another article. How to make a picture-in-picture video on Windows 10. I've given up on your old stuff, Bill. I thought maybe you'd fix it for Windows 10.
Video editing can be both simple and complex. It all depends on the kind of footage you want to work with. The more complex the video edit is, the more advanced features. There are some feature-rich video editors out there that are free and create pictures and picture video, but they're a bit complicated to use.
We recommend going with DaVinci. So are you telling me, Bill, the Windows Movie Maker couldn't do picture-in-picture when iMovie has been doing picture-in-picture since like 2008, 2009? I don't know. You could have fixed it in Windows 10, your brand new Windows video editor program. Huh? And did you fix it? No. You still need this plugin thing. You need extra things that other people have made to make your programs work better, Bill, because you didn't make them right the first time. Bill. All right, Bill. I found a 4-step process that's going to make your movie maker work. Let's see. I found it right here. It says picture-in-picture effect for Windows Movie Maker. Step 1. Open Windows Movie Maker. Add 2 video clips into storyboard. The video footage is on the foreground. Alright, I get that. You take 2 videos. You put one in the foreground, one in the background. Gotcha. That's just like what we do in the other one. Step 2. Press Ctrl T on the keyboard to change from storyboard to show timeline. Okay, Control T. Got it, Bill. Step 3. Drag the second clip onto the first clip. When you do this, Windows Movie Maker will automatically create a transition. Amazing. That sounds a lot like iMovie. Good job, Bill. Step 4. Replace the autofade transmission with the PIP plugin downloaded. The plugin provides 9 different PIP effects. Choose the desired effect. Finally, press play to view your PIP effect. I don't know what any of that means, Bill, and it looks like you don't either because you didn't include it on Movie Maker. One, two, 1, 2, right, 2. One, two, 1, 2, right, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, you got 2. One, two, 1, 2, got 2. One, two, 1, 2, ready, go. One, two, 1, 2, 3. One, two, 1, 2. Outro. Video 4. Take 2. Always remember to make sure you've hit the record button before you film the entire outro of a video. So, you've made it to the end of this thing. Congratulations. It's been a long process. This is like 2 hours of video. I don't even know how many hours of raw footage I have before all the edits. But it's been a long weekend. Just the beginning of the week for you. Oh, what am I talking about? You made it to the end. Here we are. The end of this series of video. A quick recap is the first time that I'm actually going to say this correctly now that it's filmed, edited, and ready to go. Video 1, part 1 of this series was all about filming yourself playing with a metronome clicking in your ear so that you could film yourself playing different parts of this music. Part 2 was a quick overview of what the bigger project is, the big picture kind of thing. And then the second part was a little bit of video editing 101, talking about how to load the movies into your video editor, how to select parts to delete, how to kind of trim up the edges, make everything clean, and then exporting it. Part 3 of this series talked about actually editing all of those clips together into a bigger 4-part or 4-screen music video. That third part is super advanced stuff. If you want to attempt it, awesome, go for it. And then the fourth part, part 4, this video we're watching now, unless you're watching video 1 and this is the edit I've put it in. But part 4 was some tips on the Microsoft Windows video editing platforms and some play-along tracks for you to listen to in your ears while you record yourself doing the stuff in video 1. So we kind of loop back to video 1 there. As promised, here is the rewards for participation this week. There are 3 different levels here. If you watched video 1, you learned how to record yourself. So I'm going to give you $100 in Oregon Trail or 200 pounds of food. So you get the choice of $100 or 200 pounds of food if you send me any video of you playing along with one of those tracks from this 4th video. So what I want to see in that video is I want to see your headphones are in. I want to see that you're keeping beat along with what I'm playing. And then you play your part. You can either play the A part of those melodies, you can play the B part, you can make up your own part that sounds cool, kind of like what I did with that trumpet part. Any video, it doesn't need to be edited at all. If you've just filmed yourself playing along with it, and I can't hear the metronome in the video, that's the tricky part. Make sure I can't hear a metronome. I only want to be able to hear you. You get that bonus. The second one goes along with video 2. That's where we learned how to trim the clip up. If you send me that clip trimmed up and sounding good post-edited, then you get $200 or 400 pounds of food. So that's still something that everybody can do. It doesn't have to do with the picture-in-picture. So whether you're on iMovie and the Apple products, or if you're on the Windows side and you got that stuff, you should still be able to figure out how to at least clean the clip up. If you put that effort into it, you get that second prize, 200 or 400 pounds of food. And lastly, the third one, if you actually have figured out the picture-in-picture thing and you've edited together an awesome video that sounds cool, you get the bonus. What you need in that video is at least 2 screens. So in this example, we had 4, right? I had the 2 recorders, trumpet, and keyboard. All you need to do is 2. So it can be yourself playing along with me or one of the tracks on this video. It can be yourself playing along with yourself. Or, and you know what? I'm going to give you an even extra bonus. If you do like a collab with your buddies out there, you'll get an extra $100, because why not? But if you do 2 of you, each of you, in different locations, social distancing, edit your video together, So it's like two of you playing together and then send that to me. That's a fourth level. That's even more awesome. So $300 or 600 pounds of food if you record yourself and me or yourself, and $400 or 800 pounds of food if you record along with a buddy. Cool? Best of luck to you this whole week. I'm going to be at the schools cleaning up the classrooms pretty much all morning, every day this week. So reach out on Remind if you have any questions. I'm not going to be around email at all. So reach out on Remind if you've got any questions about this stuff. I can help walk you through some of this stuff. I'm going to cancel all of the Zoom things, all the live lessons that nobody's signing up for anyway. So I'm not even going to pull them down. Just don't sign up for Zoom lessons this week. If I try to pull them down, I'll mess something up and it'll be a disaster. So just, you can even sign up. I'm just not going to be there this week. I'm sorry. Reach out on Remind if you need me. Have a great week. We'll see you on Friday with some updates, whatever you guys have done. I'll still accept Wagon Park bonus for the Google Chrome Music Lab. That's not done yet. If you want to send another Chrome Music Lab in too, keep going with that and I'll get you the Wagon Parks bonus. Sound good? Have a good week. We'll see you guys on Friday.